After you use the HVAC residential pricing system for a few weeks, you may have 10 or 15 job estimates that you've done for different customers. It's important to keep all these job estimates in the same location on your computer so that you can find them easily. If you have them scattered around your My Documents folder, it will be very hard to find them when you need to look at them. The solution is to create a separate folder for all of your job estimates. You also want to keep your pricing file in that folder. The reason to keep the pricing file in that folder is when you use the pricing file to create a new estimate and you save that file, the new job estimate, will automatically be saved in the same folder as all the other estimates. You should also name your job estimates in a consistent manner. For instance, you can name them by last name first and then the date that you made the estimate, and that way, in the folder where they're all stored, you will be able to find them in alphabetical order. Another way would be to put the date that you made the estimate first and then the last name of the customer. That's if you want to see these job estimates in date order in the folder. It's really up to you how you do it. You just need to be consistent. If you use dates, remember to put dashes between the month, day, and year. Slashes do not work when you are creating a name for a file. It's very simple to create a new folder. Again, open Excel, go up to the top left-hand corner and click on the Office button, and then click on the Open Folder icon. When you click on the Open Folder icon, the My Documents folder is what you will see. Let's assume you want to create a new folder within My Documents. In the blue bar, second from the top of the open window, is the words New Folder. Click on that new folder symbol. Notice a new folder pops up within the My Documents folder. Now you can type in a new name. Let's call this Job Estimates. Type in the words Job Estimates and hit Enter, and you're done. You've created a new folder and you've given it a name. Now you need to take the job estimates you've already done and put them in the Job Estimates folder. In addition, you want to put your pricing file in the folder as well. So here's my pricing file. The easiest way to do this, if I can see the folder and I can see the file, would be to simply drag this file over to the folder and plop it in. However, in most cases, if you have lots of files, you won't be able to see both the file names and the folder name at the same time. So let me show you a different way. You right-click on the file name. Again, use your right mouse button to click on the file name. It brings up a separate menu. You go down to Cut. You left-click on Cut. What we are going to do is cut and paste this file into this folder. So we've already cut the file. Now we're going to paste. So we put the pointer on the folder. We right-click, again, using the right mouse button, on the folder name, and we click with the left mouse button, Paste. Notice that the file's gone. It's now in that folder. You can do this with multiple files at one time. Simply hold down the Control key and click on the files that you want to cut and paste. I've selected 3 files. The reason I was able to select 3 at once was because I held down the Control key. Now I will just put my mouse pointer over any one of the 3 files I selected, right-click, go down to Cut, left-click on Cut, move to the folder, right-click on the folder name, and go down to Paste, left-click on Paste, and this says, would you like to put this into the folder? And it automatically does it. So now, in my Job Estimates folder, you can see I have 4 files. So how do we change the name of these files so we know what they are? Well, I wanted you to be consistent. So let's change the name for pricing I did for Ralph. Let's assume Ralph's last name is Johnson. I can right-click on the file name, When I right click, it brings up the menu. I go down to rename, I left click on rename, and I can type in Johnson. And let's assume I did this estimate on the 18th. And I hit enter, and now I've renamed the file. And the Smith job estimate, I want to rename that as well. So I right click on the name, I left click on rename, and I type in Smith, and let's assume I did this estimate on the 14th. Again, I use dashes in the date, and I hit enter, and now I've changed the names of these files so they are consistent. Let's assume I want to change this file name too. I want to call it the pricing file, or the new customer file, or whatever you'd like, as long as it's important and meaningful to you. I right click on the file name, I left click on rename, and let's call this the customer file. After you do that, if you don't like that name and you want to change it to pricing file, you can do that at any time. Just right click on it, left click on rename, and type in pricing file. How you name these files is up to you. You just need to know that the pricing file is what you use for new customers, and the other file names are for existing job estimates that you've already done. When you are in the job estimates folder, if you need to go back to My Documents, you can simply click up in this dialog box on the words My Documents. If I click on My Documents, it brings me back to the My Documents folder, and here's my job estimates folder. I can change the name of job estimates too, just as I change the name of the files. Oh wait, here's a file I forgot to put into the job estimates folder. Let me just drag that in. Again, another way to do it is, instead of cut and paste, I can just hold down with my left mouse button, drag the file into the job estimates folder, let go, and the file then, when I click on job estimates, is now in there. Let's go back to My Documents by clicking on the My Documents words. And let's again remind you how to create a new folder. You simply open up My Documents, click on the words New Folder, and a new folder appears, and you can call it whatever name you want. Let's assume this will be a bookkeeping folder. As you can see, in My Documents folder, I don't have any files. What I've done is created a series of folders, and all of the files related to those folders I've dragged or cut and pasted into those folders. So the My Documents folder is pretty clean. It doesn't have thousands of files. They are all located in these subfolders. That's the way you should organize your My Documents folder as well.